Okay, hi everyone. It's 10:50 p.m. on November 28th, 2014, and this is going to be the first of my video journals or journals, whatever. All right, let me explain this. A friend of mine recently suggested that I should journal, that I should like keep a journal and for some reason when I do stuff like that, I want to kind of like publish it because I don't know, for whatever reason. But anyway, the way this just came about is I had gone to a happiness club, this club that I started in White Plains, Happiness and Goodness Club. And we had a meeting tonight where one of the members, David Catcher, led the group because basically, with the members, I lead like every Thursday groups, but then like on once a month on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have some of the other members lead the meetings. So like tonight we were, David lives at the Ritz-Carlton in White Plains, so like we just like, there's this room that they have there that, you can kind of like book for whatever private thing. So we were just there. There were only three of us, maybe because it's like the holiday, where, one day after Thanksgiving. But anyway, he did a thing on holy laughter and tube and throat singing, because the idea is like, to be laughing and stuff. So it was a pretty cool meeting. I mean, like, I gotta explore this idea of like laughing because it has a lot to do with happiness. And anyway, so like I was like, I had I'd logged, I was on my tablet earlier, and I was like checking out a few videos on laughing, which are pretty cool, But then like the idea came to me, well, why don't I do a video journal? And I've been kind of like, for months and months, I've been wanting to just, video, but like it just hasn't seemed like the right time for whatever reason. And now it is. And all right, in full, basically, what I, all right, why am I doing this? I don't know. Let me try to figure this out. And I'm going to go as long as I can with these, and just I'm going to upload them to YouTube because Facebook, like when you do a video on Facebook, I guess they stay there and stuff, but like I'm not sure they get as, I don't know, on YouTube it's easier to find them because in Facebook they get kind of lost. Maybe not. I don't know. Excuse me. But anyway, I've got a YouTube account that I haven't uploaded any videos to, and I'm going to use that for this. And I'm going to do this. Like anyway, in the interest of full disclosure, okay. Ordinarily, I don't drink too much. I mean, like hardly at all. But like earlier tonight, I had like this can. I mean, like just about like finished about 20 minutes ago or so, whatever. Just trying to get this set up. So like so, and I so wish that medical marijuana was legal in New York State, because then I would be doing that, and that would be like so much fun, more fun, than this in a way. But that's all right. So it'll be interesting to do this, like and ordinarily I won't be drinking, because I just don't. But so we'll see where this goes. I'm promoting my exploring illusion of free will thing because that's like that's what it's all about. This is like this is such a major truth. I can't understand why people don't appreciate how amazing it is that the entire world thinks stuff is up to us when when the world isn't. It's just like a movie. It's like everything that happens is predetermined. It's set in stone, and we just like basically we're actors. We're puppets, mannequins. I'm not gonna no, I'm not gonna turn this into a free will thing because I've got like 175 episodes of my show on it. I've got the Manhattan show and the meetups and stuff. I'm doing enough about that. This is gonna be about me, and because here's the thing. I'm glad I'm doing this because, like, I've been working on causes, like trying to lead the world to a proper understanding of reality so everybody's not deluded, as we all are, as most of you are. And, I've got a few other things, like I'm back in the happiness thing, which is great because, like, back in 2006, I I left the happiness because my conscience kicked in. And, I said to myself, well, fine, my happiness show is reaching people in the United States, maybe in some other countries, basically like, in the industrialized world, whereas there was like, at least 2 billion people that are just like, that are very poor and that, happiness is very difficult for. So, so like between 2006 and 2010, I mean, like the intention was first to like work on global poverty, but then like that was 2006, and I saw inconvenient truths. I see, this is the thing, like when I do these videos, it's like I'm kind of like I'm not explaining things to myself. I mean, I know this stuff. I'm explaining it to you, so it makes it a bit, like if I was just writing a journal, I wouldn't be writing this stuff because I already know it. But I just, since it's a video and I'm putting it up there, I feel the need to explain it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe when I get this thing going more, then I'll just get over that phase and I'll just like say what I need to say without having to explain all this stuff. But and again, I'm going to go as long as I can. I mean, it's like that'll be kind of like large files, 720p, the resolution of the video. I could have gone 1080, but then like it said, like on my software, I got this Logitech software that basically, if I did 1080p, whatever, it would be, it's a higher resolution, better video, but it would take, as long to process as it does to take the video, and I just don't like to wait on things, whatever. But anyway, so, okay, so let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I should explain this stuff. I mean, this is good. This is art. This is like, this is art. I guess I haven't done this in so long, and well, I wanted to like, I lost my train of thought. In all honesty, I was like, basically I was had started saying something about the see, I forgot. Um, I wonder if it's like, yeah, I don't drink that much, so it's like a beer and a half. My God. But all right, I want to do this as long as it takes. I know if these are like an hour long, I don't care. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and who knows, maybe I'll do some like shorter ones. But and like I don't care if I ramble, because the reason I'm doing this, I hope I remember what I intended to say. As I was telling some story about like how I got to this, and it just like slipped my mind, and it could be the alcohol, who knows. Um, but I hope I do this because the reason I'm doing this is because, well, I'm an artist, okay? And like I've been listening to this guy, Michael Donovan, who's an artist, visual artist, photographer, pretty successful in Manhattan. I mean, his work has appeared in Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, he's got like some pretty impressive clients, and he's got a podcast, and he like interviewed me on it, last Wednesday, and it just like got uploaded, I think last Sunday, so it's been up there a week or so, almost, and so I've been listening to his other interviews. He interviews people about 2 hours or so, and it's about art. A lot of the people he interviews are artists, so I think this is how I want to kind of like see this. This is like art. And so why am I doing this? We you know, art a lot of times is about inspiring. Um, to be honest, actually, a lot of times I don't understand art. I look at a painting and it's beautiful and stuff, but I ask why. Why did the person do it? What's the purpose? I mean, like, besides, aside from the obvious thing of, like, trying to make something beautiful, or sometimes not even beautiful, just like whatever, expressing some kind of, like, whatever. But see, now, all right, I'm still stuck on what I'd started with, um, and that I kind of like had forgotten, and I want to get it back. That's, I don't know, just feels like the right thing to do. So basically, right. So I oh, all right. So like, all right. So back in 2006, so I stopped the Happiness Show, and I was going to work on global poverty, but then I saw Inconvenient Truth, and I realized, well, global, my God, we're already at 11 minutes. That's all right. I hope this account actually, because, I don't know if YouTube allows for unlimited videos on all accounts, because like my other accounts allow me to go over 15 minutes, but this one may not. Who knows? Anyway, I'm still going to go as long as I can, and, figure it out. I think I have another account that I can go longer than 15, and I'll put it there if I need to. But all right, so yeah, so like, in 2006, I saw An Inconvenient Truth, and I said, oh my God, I mean, like, even though while global poverty is a very urgent need, that like global warming you know, is more threatening, because it just, like, it affects decades, and like it could affect the whole of the human species. I mean, like, most people don't realize this, like, there are these things. Let me just like go over this briefly, because I mean, one of the reasons I'm doing this, I don't know, whatever. Because no, this, I said this was going to be about me, but a lot of times I am about, like, these issues, these things that I think need to be addressed, and so, like, but anyway, like, with global warming, climate change, one of the things that happens is, like, as the Earth gets warmer, you have, like, these viruses, bacteria, these organisms that sometimes are like diseases, and ordinarily, like, in our present climate, temperature range, they maybe breed once or twice a year, but as the planet warms, well, then they have 2 or 3 or 4 breeding cycles or times each year, which creates the risk, the danger of, they're called disease vectors, that, of pandemics and stuff. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like, global warming, climate change is not just about sea level rise and stronger hurricanes and, floods and droughts and stuff. It's also about, pandemics potentially. So anyway, I think I'm trying to explain why all right, so I felt the need to work on that, and then I figured, well, let me help the Democrats, get some more power, because the Republicans aren't going to do anything about it. I don't blame them, because, like, they don't have a free will, but that's the way things are. So I don't know. Then after 2010, when Supreme Court issued their Citizens United versus FEC decision that basically gave the rich the privilege, or the, oh my God, it's such a travesty of democracy, of the Constitution, but like that decision just gave them leeway to just spend pretty much as they want on politics. And at that point, Obama didn't really fight that as much as I think he should have, and then he had a filibuster-proof Senate that I spent 2 years kind of like helping him get, and it just, like, within 2 months it was blown. It's like he didn't appreciate the value of that. But anyway, so all right, I think this was, if I can remember correctly, this was related to my happiness where, you know, pre-2006, I was doing my happiness show, and then I got into politics, and that kind of like diminished my happiness somewhat because I don't know, I tended to be an optimist, and then I realized, whoa, the kind of stuff that I would like to happen just isn't going to, or at least not in the way I would like, or not anytime soon. It just may not happen. I mean, the planet could be in a state of devolution where like civilization is just like like the Roman Empire, that we're headed toward collapse. I don't know, but anyway, I think that was like, so like I'm back in the happiness, which is kind of great. I run these meetups in Manhattan and meetups in White Plains, and another group at a community center in White Plains. So like basically I'm running what, about 12 on my own, and then some other people run another like 8 or 10 of them, because I've got, people just, they come to the meetups and I ask them, well, do you want to run a group? And say, sure. So like, so it takes some of the burden off me. All right, so like, I think we're over that. All right, enough. So here we are. Let's just go to, again, 16 minutes. Who's going to listen to that? I don't care. This is, this is again, getting back to this guy Michael Donovan, that because this is where we are now. I was listening to his podcasts, and he's great. I mean, the guy is like from Spokane, Washington, and he's about 36. Excellent. He used to be a comedian, and then like 6 years ago or so, he just gave up the comedy and, basically taught himself photography, and now he's like a top fashion photographer. I mean, like, that's pretty brilliant. But anyway, I may be doing this partly because I've been listening to his interviews with artists, and I'm saying, well, I am in a sense an artist, but I haven't really been producing anything. I mean, the kind of stuff on free will is more science than art, and it's like, whatever. All right, but this, the thing is, this is supposed to be about me. It's going to be my journal. It's not going to be about my work, and so yeah. And I hope I continue to do this because, like, well, because it's good. All right. One of the things I'm struggling with, because the art, in order for art to be effective, it has to be understood. If you do something and it's either not understood, or if it crosses certain boundaries, if it makes people feel too uncomfortable, whatever, then fine, it's art, but it's not, I think the best art um, is the art that has the most potential to influence the world. And, like, I haven't even thought about this that much. I mean, this stuff that I'm saying now, it's just, I really haven't thought about it much. I mean, but, all right, 18:43, 18 minutes. This is going long, but I don't care, because, like, that's the one thing. This guy Donovan, I mean, he's a very cool guy. Again, he's really inspiring me. And the people he brings on his show are also, they're like, they're very successful models or photographers or filmmakers or, magazine editors, really successful Manhattan people. And so, like, um, and basically what I want to say is, like, all right, his podcasts go like 2 hours, whatever. So, like, with this, if they go 2 hours, fine, I don't care. Um, and I want to try to not focus on a message. Again, like my free will work is about, like, our not having free will, and my happiness work is about, well, let's get happier, because that's really the only thing there is. Everything else is a means. And I've got my climate rescue capitalism thing that, again, I'm not going to talk about this stuff because, like, Well, it's funny because like if I don't talk about this stuff, then I get personal, and that's where it gets difficult, you know. But hey, you know, that's what I should do. That is definitely what I should do. And if you're bored out of your mind, listening to this by now, well, turn it off. No, yeah, I mean, if I were you, I would, you know. But or skip around, whatever. Or maybe these will get better. You know, that's the thing. This is like I'm getting back to this. Last time, if you remember my Facebook friends, because this is basically, you know, I'm uploading it onto YouTube, but it'll get few views. I mean, I'm doing this um, maybe for more for myself than for other people. But, you know, the other part of it is that no, I want to kind of like getting back to how I started this. What's the art of this? The art of this is like, all right. Yeah, let's get to something because this is about me, but it's really about why I'm doing this, and I think it's important. Um, God, I hope this account allows for, because it's at 21, and I hope it allows for longer than 15-minute videos. I just like didn't check to see what the YouTube policy was. They used to like limit it to like 15 minutes unless you had this kind of like special account, and you had to like put up a certain amount of videos before you were granted that. And a couple of my accounts have that at least, I think, but I don't think this one does. You know, I don't think I have any videos up on this one. But so this is like, all right, we're all afraid to die. You know, that's a big fear. But a bigger fear is like public speaking. And in a sense, this is like public speaking. It's not really, you know, I think public speaking is probably a lot scarier, you know, in various ways. I mean, you know, like I do my shows in front of cameras, and there's not much that I'm afraid of in that sense. I mean, I do my live Manhattan show, but still, it's not like there's a live audience there. I'd be a lot more intimidated in front of an audience than in front of these cameras, and then just imagining whoever might be watching it, you know, even with a live show. But the purpose of this is to help people overcome their fear of expressing themselves. You know, why do people, even on Facebook, you know, and I do this too, you know, on Facebook, if people express themselves, you know, aside from like putting up a photograph of themselves or, you know, as I do, advocating for various causes, ordinarily, if they're going to share something, it's a few lines of text. Rarely is it a video. But come on, think about it. You know, with a video, if you want to share, if you want to like, you know, reach people, connect with people, nothing compares to a video. I mean, you've got sound, you've got motion, you've got visual. You know, you've got 23.5 minutes so far of this thing. And so basically, like, you know, I'm trying to, the art of this is to try to inspire people to be courageous enough to express themselves, to say something. And it doesn't matter what it is. It really doesn't, you know. Different people are going to say different things. And even if it's like completely inconsequential, it's better than not having done it, because interestingly, I don't know, I just like, I run a few meetups. You know, one is exploring illusion of free will, another one is like the goodness and, no, the happiness and goodness club in White Plains, and the third one is climate rescue capitalism. This idea about, well, I'm not even going to go into that. But a friend of mine, I think, like just like reactivated his account. He wants my help on a meetup that he's just starting. I think he wants my help in terms of how to describe it, because I'm good sometimes in the text, you know, because you want to kind of like get people to really join the group and all, and sometimes I'm good in terms of like the text that will do that. But, you know, hopefully, like, basically, all right, the idea that I just had, and I've had it before in the past, but it came to me again earlier tonight, was that as as kids, we're taught to not talk to strangers. Makes sense, right? But what doesn't make sense is like we carry this throughout our lives. You know, as adults, we don't talk to strangers. I mean, like in White Plains, we don't. In Manhattan, we don't. Maybe in some rural parts of the country they do, because most of the people there, who knows, are not strangers. So like if there's a stranger in town, maybe they get curious. But you know, in much of the world, or no, I can't say that, but at least in much of the United States, metropolitan areas, people don't talk to each other, you know, either on the bus or on the subway. And all right, so this idea is that it would be called something like um, the talking to strangers experiment. And the idea is like it'd be a meetup where you get together and like for half an hour or 15 minutes or so when people get there, you talk about the process of actually meeting people who are complete strangers, striking up a conversation, and um, and asking yourself, well, why are you doing that? Why are you connecting? Um, and so like this meetup would be, so like, all right, you talk about that kind of stuff, the idea of like connecting, of starting a conversation with a complete stranger that you probably will never see again, they will never see you, and then you go back to the meetup and you process, you know, what that was about. Some people, some people in our world are very good at that. They are not intimidated by other people. They're not intimidated in starting conversations. And I really admire that because I'm not that kind of person. You know, I usually have to have a reason to approach someone like, you know, where's the subway or whatever, you know. But some people, you know, and so I think, you know, I think I lack that curiosity. Some people, you know, but I don't know. No, it's just such a rare kind of thing. So anyway, this is part of what this is about. And like, all right, so it's 27:25 on the clock, and I'm thinking I should end this soon because because I got uploaded and all this stuff. Yeah, all right. I mean, I've gotten the ball rolling, and that's, you know, that's what I've wanted to do for a while, and now we got to see if it takes. 'Cause like, you know, to get back on this free will thing for a minute, you know, if I had a free will, I could say, well, you know, I'm going to do this, you know, every day, every other day, or however long, and I would do it. But like, you know, I haven't been able to like make these videos for a long time, even though I, you know, still make my shows and stuff. And so let's, you know, it'd be a good thing. There's a lot more that I want to say, and I'm not really, you know, we'll explore why do I want to share this stuff? You know, why does an artist do art, whether it's like, you know, painting or music or dance or something? What's this like, what's this, you know, motive to self-express about? Um, you know, and you know, that's what, come on, that's what Facebook is about. I mean, whether you're putting up photographs of your friends and stuff, it's like, you know, you're sharing your life. But again, if it, you know, everybody pretty much realizes that, like, you know, you put up an occasional photo and it's not really sharing all that much, and you know, um, that we'll explore that. We'll explore that because like it's not, you know, it's not like an issue like free will that I'm going to advocate for anything, but it's something that in my life, you know, because I want this to relate to me, that like to the extent that I understand this better, I want to kind of like be much more able to talk to random strangers wherever and just like connect and all. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think it's a good thing to do. All right, I'm kind of curious now in terms of how this is going to work, in terms of whether YouTube is going to allow me to upload this. If it does, then it's pretty much set, because again, it's already at 29:35, and I'll start uploading, and you know, hopefully, if the universe allows me, I will be making more of these videos. Some of them maybe won't be as long, although I like long for whatever reason. I figure I'm here, might as well talk. Um, but But yeah, hopefully it'll go well, and hopefully something good will come from it, right? Because that's, why else do we do things? This guy, Jonathan Locke, British philosopher, he said, what is goodness? Goodness is what creates happiness. Makes sense. Why is anything good? Well, it makes people feel good, makes you feel good. And then this guy, Jeremy Bentham, utilitarian philosopher, he said, well, how do you measure goodness? The measure of goodness is like the greatest happiness for the greatest number. So like the more good you do, then the more happy people come as it. Makes sense. I mean, it's not completely ironclad. There may be exceptions, whatever. But okay. Well, again, I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm going to go back and listen to some more of Michael Donovan's podcast, because the guy is good. He's genuine. He really connects with his guests, and his guests are really dynamic. I mean, like, these are the most interesting podcasts I have ever heard. Interesting interviews, right, in any media, radio, TV, internet. The guy's good, and the people he gets on there, he talks for 2 hours, and he's talking a lot with his friends, people he already knows, so that familiarity with each other or themselves comes across. And I'm learning also a lot about the process of art and the process of kind of like making it in Manhattan, in New York City, as an artist. So it's good. All right, so this is like what I'll do, just to like frame this a bit more. What I'll plan to do is create a WordPress site, another one like, George Ortega on life or something. I don't know. It'll be about me, because again, my other work, all the other stuff I have on the internet is pretty much about causes, whether it's, a socioeconomic system or overcoming free will or happiness. It's always, it's not about me. So this is going to be about me. And hopefully it'll go well. All right, so this is good. So now what I'm going to do, I feel the need to tell you, I don't know why, but I'm going to like stop this video and try to upload it to this YouTube account. If it works, great. If it's not, if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to like upload it to one of my other accounts where I like, yeah, I think I have this other account where like I have some free will videos. I don't care. I'm doing enough on free will on my other channel, or I don't know, I'll figure this out somehow. So anyway, I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope this works. Again, if I had a free will, I would be able to like say, yes, I'm absolutely going to do this, and it's going to be good, and all that. But like lacking free will, I hope. All right, take care.